Hello and welcome to a very special short-term series, potentially long-term series, dedicated to a #1 fan of mine, the Man Group YT. It's his birthday tonight. Hopefully we're live in the chat together. Come and hang out with us. We're going to be doing a hardcore run-through of what I think is probably my favorite game and the Man Group's favorite game, Subnautica. I have beaten this game a few times on regular mode. I have never once beaten this on hardcore. So to up the ante and make this a little bit more difficult, that's what we're going to try to do on the series today. I've made this run down this hallway so many times.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Is the Aurora gonna be okay? Doesn't look like it. Well, if you've played the game before, welcome into the series. You know what's about to happen. I'm not gonna give it away, so let's go. My favorite friend, the panel on the wall that smacks me in the head every single freaking time. And waking up in this chair, freaking fire. Come on, let me out. Here we go. I can't wait to get going. Back on 4546B. This time with a little bit more at stake. Let's see what Altair is going to tell me today. Booting in emergency mode. My favorite companion of the entire thing is the PDA. An optimal outcome.
Now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive to keep you alive on an alien world.
You better.
For detailed survival advice. Good luck.
All right, let's check out our survival package.
Warning! Blueprint database corrupted. Damage to your PDA's hard drive has corrupted approximately 80% of stored survival blueprints. Blueprints may be reacquired by scanning a salvage technology using the handheld scanner or by downloading plans from a shipboard databox. In the circumstances that assets will most likely be found amongst wreckage from the Aurora.
Excellent. So we're going to open up our storage. Drop, no, not into there. Switch container. It's been a minute, guys. Let me just re-familiarize myself with everything. Got our flare. One of the most useless game mechanics in this game is your flare. It's supposed to distract certain enemies and things like that, but it does make for some very good mood lighting when we're swimming around. There is not anything else for us to do in here. So let's take our first look at our surroundings. What spawn point did we get? The Aurora, looking fine as ever. Okay, I know that little spot there where the shells come up or the coral comes up. It's obvious why we can't get any life signs, though. Look at the state of our pod. It's on fire, sparking and stuff. We need to get our repair tool going. Everything's broken. Hull integrity's okay, but everything else has failed. So we're not going to give up hope just yet. Let's see what tools we can make. We definitely need a repair tool. We definitely need a knife. And a scanner tool would be great. And a flash tool would, or flashlight would be nice too. So we'll see what we can find and look at what we're directly over now. Our little holefish and our rabbit ray are always there to greet us at the door. Nice, we came out right next to a kelp forest, which is one of the main resources we're gonna need right away. And all right, we got a little like, I call these like sand castle areas, because if you build a cool base around here, This will probably be the area of our starter base. We're going to want to put it up here on the top of this pillar so we can break the surface a little bit. And then we will not have to worry about reinforcements for the walls and things, or getting oxygen and power for a little while. You know, I like to build my first little starter base like that. One of the things we're going to need is a little bit of titanium to build all of these. Anything else that I can pick up real quick and easy? We got some fragments to scan once we have our scanner. We know where to start getting those. Let's get over here to the kelp forest. You know, the first time I played the peepers, everybody eats loads of peepers, and then you find out later they're actually really, really important to the ecosystem. They're kind of like dolphins. They're super smart. You really shouldn't eat those. The other one that you shouldn't eat on a moral level are hoverfish. The hoverfish are the coolest and cutest animal in the game. This is going to be our first pet. Hello, George. I always call my hoverfish George, because if you know anything about Roger Rabbit from back... Oh, no, it wasn't Roger Rabbit. It was Bugs Bunny. We are going to do lots of study. Don't worry. That sounded like something blew up. Did something blow up just then? Sounded like an extra explosion. Oh, I'm getting distracted. I've got actually enough of those. I've got titanium. I need a couple of these mushrooms. Very aptly named acid mushrooms. If you know, you know. All right. And now we need cave sulfur and copper. Let's see if we can find one of the first enemies in the game, a crash fish. The other main enemy in the game, drowning. I gotta remember that I can actually drown and lose the save. I'm not used to this early gameplay. Normally I have a really upgraded suit and everything else that I need. Rebreather mask, all that kind of stuff. It's exciting to be back here at the beginning. All right, so we got a crash fish egg there. Does that mean we have a crash fish? Let's see. Let's get a little mood lighting going in here. We need some copper for glass as well. Okay, I think there should be a crash fish in there somewhere, but we gotta remember not to drown. So we'll take the fast way down through here. Whoops, not that way. I'm already getting turned around. More copper. Okay, here we go. Crash fish, crash fish, crash fish. Are you in here? Get out of the way. Mm-hmm. I found silver and lead before I find frickin' copper and gold. We'll go out this way. Should have just enough. A lot of people who make Subnautica playthroughs are like, they have thalassophobia and things like that. That's definitely not me. But I have some weird thing where when I'm running out of oxygen,
your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
when I'm running out of oxygen and headed up towards the surface, I get the strange little tinglies and pops that I think people describe when they're talking about ASMR addictions. And I'm not sure what that's called. It's definitely not fear of the ocean. It's not thalassophobia, you know? It's not fear of the ocean open ocean. So it's something else. You guys can tell me in the chat while we're live if we're all hanging out together. What the hell is that? Okay, this has got some really good resources in here. We want a bladderfish.
May have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
We're going to be utilizing the bladderfish not only for water, but for the tool that you can make out of it, the air bladder tool, which is super useful, especially when you need to get to the surface really quick, or even really good for escaping like Leviathan creatures and stuff like that. I need some more copper. Maybe this one's got copper. Nice.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during
Oh, we're full. Okay. Let's go back and see if I have enough. I think I might have just barely enough, except for the repair tool. We didn't find a crashed fish yet. We'll get it tomorrow. End of day 1. Let's keep count. How many days do I survive? Place your bets. When do you think I'm gonna die? Do you think I'll make it to a week? 7 days? Longer? I might. First, let's make our titanium from our pieces of the Aurora that we picked up. So we got all the titanium we need. We got some silicone rubber. Now we got all that we need for a knife. Let's make our first weapon.
weapons were removed from standard survival
Hacha!
following the massacre on Brux's Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
So the only weapon we're officially allowed is the survival knife, but we're gonna go ahead and make some torpedoes and other things that apparently don't count as weapons, but are still pretty deadly, because we're gonna want all the protection that we can get. Batteries. Now batteries. I think I have enough for 2. Yep. So we got a scanner tool. Boom. Massive unlock. Now we can go get our blueprints.
From salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Whoops. We definitely want one of these as well. I did not mark it, but it's definitely required. We might make a floating air pump and pipes just for fun, but it's, again, totally kind of useless. You can blow past it if you know what you're doing. Let's get rid of this. And I need glass, which I have. We're going to go ahead and make another rubber so we have it for the tool. And then the keep going to the wrong one. Flashlight. Unpin that. And what is our next set of goals? Oh yeah, we want those as well. Get some fins so we're swimming a little faster.
Available data to provide environment appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Holy crap, hold on. Have I got enough quartz to make 2 things? I can go straight to the second tank. Nice. I did not even expect that. We just have to take this off. And now I can immediately get the next one. High capacity. Boom, instant upgrades. And just because this is a hardcore run, I'm gonna put a secondary tank in my back pocket. So we're gonna let it fill up with air, flip into the high capacity, and now if I get caught in a bad situation, I can actually do something about it. We're going to drink the water that we had and not eat our pet. Go ahead and heal up is what I'm trying to say.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Gonna assign the air bladder and the flashlight. We're gonna put the flare back in there. Go ahead and take this and drink our water. Now, one more first aid kit, and I feel like we're ready for the next trip outside. Oh wait, I could take equipment. There we go. We get rid of that. Do we have another goal we can work towards? We need to get more blueprints is really what it is. Yeah. So, looking for a crash fish, looking for blueprints. Do a little night fishing. Spray it in my eye or flash it in my face. All right. Hey guys, these gasopods are awesome. Let's do our first scan on a gasopod, dude. Oh, I made him fart. Stay out of the fart juice. It's not super damaging right away, but we want to stay out of it if we can. And the rabbit ray. Come here, come here. Boom. We'll sit down and read a few of these later. I can't believe I'm already swimming so fast and everything. Awesome. Let's get a couple of bladderfish for water. Boom. Man, the music in this game slaps. Hopefully I've gotten the audio balance correct. Guys, it's so difficult with this game. It goes from quiet to loud so fast. Here we go. If this first episode is rough on the audio balance, I have some other things I can do to try to fix it. Just let me know. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we don't want to get right above that, do we? That's going to explode. Yep. Okay, and now we have a whole fish companion to sell, or to not sell, to save. Come here, Charles. I call my whole fish Charles. Again, if you know, you know. You got to go back to the original series that I did. It's got a little different flavor than this and different setup. Oh gosh, burning myself. Nice, jackpot. I will take all your lead and silver, thank you. Nice little stumbling into here and finding all of this. Not the crash fish I was looking for, but I'll take your riches, sir. Another copper, sweet. So keeping an eye on my oxygen. We're doing good, man. I have another tank and everything already. That was super fast. Like, I can't believe I got that done so quickly. We'll do a shuttle bug scan. Come here, buddy. Boom. Just pop up here real quick. We're definitely gonna have to go back down in there. I wish I hadn't put down my flare now. I could have thrown a flare down there to sort of light. I'll keep a flare on me for that. They aren't totally useless, I take it back. Sometimes it's good to have the ambient light, because you swim just a little bit faster when your hands are empty, which is another nice sort of feature this game put in. Who's excited for Subnautica 2, huh? I am massively excited, especially the multiplayer feature. We're going to be doing some co-op play for sure. Maybe we can do some sort of competition in the comments. Future will set it up. We'll see who gets to play together first, or how we're going to do it. Whew. You know, the first time I played as well, I thought that the peepers jumping up above the water was sort of like a glitch, like they were swimming or whatever. But in their description, it actually says that they jump above the water to escape predators. Look at him running away from me and jumping up. They actually programmed that behavior in. I can't wait. And this was the first one. All right, what else have we? Oh, we've got, I really like the gasopod eggs to hatch them is one of my favorite things to do. So we just got to remember where's our pod? Okay. Just down here next to the coral tubey things. Y'all remind me. Still need a crash fish. Where's a freaking crash fish? Maybe in these caves. Or I think I remember one. No? No, there's no caves in here. Let's keep looking. Crash fish. Oh, this looks like a crash fish cave for sure. Right? Oh no, this is where I was before. Well, we found our flare again. I think I see one. Yep, I hear it. Okay. We need to we'll drop the titanium. We'll set him off. Do a little juke. Ow! First one. First damage. Okay. But we get our sulfur, which is all we care about. Let's get out of here, because my pockets are full. And where's our base? Our pod, I mean. Life pod number 5. It's been my home so many times. I say that, but it's like maybe 3 or 4 times that I sort of played it on my own. I played it once with my nieces in America and once with my own kids. But those were my favorite playthroughs when we were sort of working together, which is why I'm so looking forward to the collaborative aspect of the next one. Hold on. Didn't I have another rubber? What'd I do with it? Oh, I used it for other stuff. We'll just pop these in here. We need titanium and rubber. And then we'll finally get our pod up and running. And we get to go kind of exploring out and about, getting all of our blueprints. That's right, there were some blueprints right over there in a little crash. Yeah, let's get those while we're out. And I can grab a piece of titanium over here. Where was it? There's one. Beacons are so important. We need these to mark locations when we're out and about. And we get it right here. Nice. I thought that we were going to have to find another wreck for the second one. Boom, we have the beacon. The grav trap will be awesome for setting up a nice little fishing point for us. We don't have to constantly do that on our own. And we'll grab a metal fragment. Come on, come on. Repair tool. You don't say. A quantum detonation? What does that even mean? How can you, if it's, then it's a tiny one. It's itty bitty and we don't have to worry about it because it's quantum sized. The repair tool. Nice. Take a look at that. Prick my finger with it for no reason. And we can repair our ship or our pod, so now we don't have to deal with this smoke and stuff in here and it'll be properly lit.
Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to database.
4546B environment scan, category 3 ocean planet, oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere, extensive biodiversity, safety warnings, may support Leviathan class predators, water contamination with high levels of foreign bacteria. Planet is beyond Federation space, rescue is unlikely.
All right, well, we got to get lots of equipment and support apparati. Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing we can fix. Let's go ahead and fix the radio. So we can find out that for sure no one's coming. We will continue to monitor and explore all of the other pods. We will not be missing any pods. That is one of the rules for this hardcore playthrough, is we have to go and complete all of them. We can decide on what the rules will be for the next episode, if I'm still alive. At the end of this one, we'll see. We're going to go ahead and put our pets in safe storage for a moment. Oh, I forgot to pick up the flare from over there, but I am going to put one in my pocket just in case. We're going to need some storage soon. What else do we need? The rebreather, for sure. We can make one of those right away, I think. And a habitat builder. We can start working towards that, which requires the microchip, which we also have everything we need for. Yeah. Okay. So I already have 3 silver, which is only enough for 2 or 1 thing. I think the thing we need first is going to be the rebreather. That's going to help us. That's going to pay dividends, you know, while we find the other stuff we need. So let's empty my pockets as much as possible. Go ahead and use the health pack as well. Oh yeah, and water. One thing that's a lot better about the other series that I did, guys, is I edit out a lot of this like repetitive crafting and stuff. But, you know, we can get through it. Hopefully we're having a fun conversation in the comments as well. Keep us going. We're going to come over here and get some fiber mesh. Let's go ahead and swim as fast as we can. There we go. I thought that was George for a second. He got out of the containment. So we need 2 of these and we can get the rebreather mask. Nice. Boom. Fiber mesh. And now the rebreather. Take it off of there first. There we go. I'm getting better already. I don't have to go back in twice and take that off. Now we need more silver. Just like 1 more piece of silver is the main thing. Let's put the knife down. We're not going to need that as much as a flashlight. Silver. Where is silver? Silver might be more prevalent down here on these pillars, actually, when we get into our next area. pretty soon we're going to want to get a sea glide as well. But I need all of the bits of it. I think there's more sea glide fragments back towards the Aurora, so that might be where we head next, although we're going to hit the wall of radiation pretty quick. There we go. Come on, make me lucky. Copper, all right. Love the way these floaters and stuff look. And my absolute favorite Leviathan, your favorite and mine, the reefbacks. Amazing. I almost always build a base around the reefbacks because they're so much fun to listen to. But it's kind of horrible for doing this. It makes it really difficult for audio balance. I'll try to raise my voice when the audio is really loud because there's not a lot I can do about it. Nice, we might actually get the bioreactor right away, which makes running your base so much easier than solar panels. All right, let's do this. Yeah, there's loads of little caves and stuff around here to explore. A lot of those have good resources on them as well. Hopefully this isn't too dark for you guys. I'll try to make sure I always have a light out. Copper. I was thinking we might get lucky and find a silver barnacle on one of these guys. Whoops. Let's get up to the surface. Blood moon. Oh, that was a lunar eclipse as well. The solar sort of eclipses and stuff are so fun in this game. The fact that they actually have those. A lot of barnacles on this guy, but mostly copper. I'll take your copper, though. I need copper, too, for batteries. We're going to need so many batteries. Come here. Why aren't you giving me... There. Had to be further away from it. I got all your barnacles off you, buddy. Are you all right? Does that feel better? Nice. Wasn't there another one around here? He flew away, or swam away. Let's see what we can find on these guys. Oh, a little extra oxygen off of the coral, brain coral. That mechanic is also so fun. Finding one of those down in a cave and using it to stay aloft. That looks so cool. I hope this isn't too dark on the upload, because that looks so cool with the bioluminescent plants and stuff. Let's go ahead and scan a rouge cradle. I always plant some of these around my bases. Oh, he's got the dangerous tiger plant or whatever on his back as well. That will F me up if it gets a straight line on me. No barnacles on you? That's because you got the tiger plant protecting you. There's no barnacles. Radiation detected. I'm already too close. More copper. It seems like these guys only have copper on them. How close am I to the... Okay, I have been going towards the Aurora. Let's go down. See if we can make it to the bottom. I do have my escape plan. I can get up. I gotta remember, I have that air bladder. I can get up using it. We'll search this little ridge here and see if we can find some silver. I think because it's... Yeah, that's gonna be gold probably. Oh, nope, silver, nice, the thing I needed. The ghost rays. So hauntingly beautiful. And the shroom tree forest. Why did it suddenly go dark? I get nervous when that happens because that's the same thing that happens when you're dying. All right, let's get away from the Aurora. Maybe that's the radiation that was making me... I've got what I need. But I was about to say, the Shroom Tree Forest is another one of my favorite locations to build in. Maybe we should build our big base, you know, our main base there in the Shroom Tree area. Jeez, it's dark. Can I get any other resources on my way home? And my pocket's full? Nope. And I gotta remember I have that extra tank, because that gives me loads of extra exploration time. I don't need to freak out so fast. But it's the same thing that happens when I think about starting to drown as when I'm actually starting to drown. So I get a little panicky, my palms get sweaty, my knees get weak. All right, titanium. I wouldn't mind finding another piece or two of silver. Gold. Gold is hilariously one of the most worthless resources in this game. Uh-huh. I wonder what that could be. A little too early for us to be diving down that far until we get the sea glide. Then we can start doing some high-risk dives. High risk, high reward. Copper. Copper. Come on, where's my sandstone that I'm looking for? Frick you. That was the wrong kind of sand. That was a sand shark, not a sandstone. Do I have another? Yeah, I have one more health pack on me, so I'm okay. Getting a little thirsty, I realize that, but I'm just trying to fill my pockets as quick as I can. I saw a salt back there. We need some salt for making water. And we've got our first radio message for when we get back. What should the rule be? Should we have to go after it immediately? I think we have to go after it immediately, don't we? Let's see if I can get to the surface. Nice. Woohoo! All right. Go ahead and fill up the tanks, see what we can get in this wreck real quick. I got my scanner, so there might be some valuable loot around here. We've already got the bio shed, or bioreactor. What else have we got? Anything good? What is this, scanner room? I usually do not use the scanner room in my own playthroughs. We might have to in this, though, since it's hardcore. I feel like it's better to do the exploration yourself, you know? Just like find everything, not use the scanner room to point you in the right direction. Ha ha ha, sand shark, not today. Maybe today if I can't finish this. Okay, there we go. How is that the scanner? I've never seen a fragment like that. We've already got the bioreactor. Go ahead and take the titanium. Anything else? Anything else? Uh-huh. A propulsion cannon. Not a weapon, but definitely a weapon. I gotta get this. Let's drink our water.
Vital signs.
There we go. And pick up a salt. What's that? Oh, that's a freaking sand shark egg. Where's the way into this wreck?
Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Man, we're really pushing it.
Will occur within 2 hours.
Usually that doesn't show up so fast. Let's get to the top. I thought it might be about to blow up, which is why I started swimming. All right. I think we have enough lead for our radiation suit as soon as it blows up. Ooh, and that's where it gets deep. We're not going to go down there just yet. Is there a data box or anything in here? I didn't see one outside. Let's see what we can find in here. We got lots and lots of oxygen. I got to remember. Lots and lots of oxygen. Hell yeah. Okay, hold on. Goodness. What is that sound effect? And where is my freaking flare? Did I lose my flare? I forgot my flare. Okay, hold on. Line up. Sorry guys, it's a little annoying because it's dark, but I'll have better lighting soon. And we can start growing our own plants once we get some seeds. There we go. Holy frick, they're going wild with the sound effects. Isn't that a... This is a thing, yeah. And then can I get the picture frame? Wow, we're really loading up. Nice. Can make our bases full of pictures of ourselves. What do we have here? Some water. Perfect, I needed that. Amazing. Guys, I told you I have played this game before, but I swear I've never, like, memorized the locations of things. Like, I don't know what's in every wreck. Let's just... So it's not like I knew there was going to be loads of stuff when I came over here. I promise I'm not metagaming that way. We're just having sort of a relaxed, fun playthrough. Well, I say that as the sound effects go wild. I have 30 seconds to get to the surface. All right. Very profitable wreck to find so early. I think maybe this is too close to the Aurora once it blows up. So you kind of have to come here early on. Or after you have the suit, which we will be able to do as soon as it blows up. So for us, it really didn't make a huge difference in that way. Where's my entrance? Come here. There. There was, yeah, I thought so. I thought I saw something else here. Laser cutter fragment. If there's 2 laser cutter fragments, or how many do you need? 3. Okay. But that door in here is, you know, a laser cutter door. We can't get through that without one. So awesome. They give you at least a little bit. What else have we got here that we can scan? We had all 3 kinds of pots in this one wreckage. And the wall planter. Boom, boom, boom. We'll go hit the bench while we're in here. What else can we get? Oh, a poster! All right. Can you put up posters inside the pod? I don't think you can. We'll try when we get back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I forgot I didn't fill up both tanks. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We got this. We got this. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. This isn't the end of the series. No. Woo! Okay. Gotta remember what I'm doing. Put the big one on. Okay. I think that was enough of that shipwreck. Did I put... Where did I put my flare down? I cannot remember. I'm sure I'm laughing at myself in the live stream because it was only a minute ago. Nope. All right, we're all full. Let's see if we can find some fragments of the Sea Glide is what I'm looking for now. There's definitely some in the shallows. I just don't know where exactly. We can go looking around in the shallows for a minute. And we got a radio message for when we come back here too, if I remember correctly. Now, one way that, you know, you can tell that I'm definitely not editing this like if I died back then, you know, or something, and then cut it. The pod is in the exact same place, okay? It's in the same spot. So there's no way for me to do that. And we have all the same unlocks and stuff. So that would be crazy. I don't have time for that stuff. Now, let me just see. Does this go up anywhere? No, we gotta save it. Okay. Let's look in our storage real quick. Already completely max full. Amazing. But we're gonna be crafting some stuff. So let's make some wiring of 2 kinds. And do we have the stuff for a battery? No, we need 2 acid mushrooms for that. And 2 of those. I said we were gonna have to run after any messages, so I'm just gonna game my own system slightly and finish up the crafting before we take that message. If I was doing this 100% realistically, obviously we would immediately check our radio every time. We're like, oh no, it might be another survivor, but you know, we don't have to do that. There we go. That clears up the most room in my inventory. And then we have a lot of copper, but I'm afraid to get rid of anything. I am a hoarder, guys, and that is why I like this game so much. We need our knife and some coral samples right here. Careful gasopod, buddy. What should we name our gasopod? Catching my head on the freaking inflation devices? Flotation devices, that's what they're called. There we go. Take that off. That equipment. It's... Ooh, we can actually build the propulsion cannon already? Hold on. That's awesome. And we can get some real storage.
Designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Laser cutter we don't have yet. How did I not get enough light sticks yet? Pathfinder might be useful. We'll try to make all the tools and use them. Maybe that's the thing too. I'll even make a stupid air pump somewhere. We still got a nutrition block. I'm just gonna eat the nutrition block for now because we're gonna have our fishing and all that stuff done here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and drink and eat and heal. Another pad and radio. That's the next thing.
Receiving re-recorded distress call. Laying back.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some
Nice.
holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
I promise, number 3,
Location uploaded to PDA.
I will not leave without you. So, where is that? Nice. Let's just do this. We'll make it... Oh, crubbed. This is really when it blows up?
A quantum detonation
I was just about to jump in.
the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state.
Now, obviously, I shouldn't stand here. In any game, this should kill me. In hardcore, it might kill me. I guess we're gonna find out. Risk it for the biscuit, boys! Am I gonna die? I mean, I gotta watch the explosion. Is it, if my health starts going down, I'm gonna jump in the pod. And we get our first solar eclipse. What are the chances of those 2 events lining up? Someone tell me, because that's timed, and both of them are timed off of different things, you know, like different equipment you get, and well, this is just based on time in the game, and that's based on, you know, the equipment that we got and the radio messages that we answered. If you never answer your radio, the Aurora never blows up. But oh my God, I can't believe that actually happened. That's pretty fucking cool. I mean, pretty freaking cool. YouTube, I didn't say anything bad.
Laying re-recorded distress call.
Who's next?
Lifepod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached.
Oh yeah.
We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Okay. No, not yet. Where is it? Oh, approximate position. That's right. This is one that doesn't give us their exact location, do they? They're over there somewhere, because they're like, the clue is that they're sort of next to the radiation zone and up towards the front. So they're up that way. But we're going to first go get our Sea Glide. I know that there's a fragment next to it when we get there, because they say they're repairing their Sea Glide. And this is one that has a kind of tragic story where their Sea Glide ends up being the doom of them. But we don't build the modified version they were trying to use. We build the regular version, or even corrupted version. Mm-hmm.
Your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
I will, PDA, I will. Mostly by eventually getting a Sea Glide as quick as we can. I just want one. I know that there's some around here somewhere. One Sea Glide fragment is what I need. And then we can go over to that one and we'll have our Sea Glide blueprint. Of course, we can find it when we get back, but I just thought that would be convenient. These things get dark fast. The other thing we can do before we head out is make our radiation suit. Need to not lose focus. Yeah. I think I see some kelp over here. Yeah. Come on, kelp, light up for me. Where are your baubles? Oh, I don't need baubles. I need just the creep vine samples. Oh my gosh, my inventory's full. We're gonna just drop the titanium because it's the easiest to replace. God, I don't know where I'm at. Okay, close, close, close. Creep vine. Oh gosh, I need enough space for one more, and I don't have it. I'm not gonna drop anything else though. We're gonna have to make 2 trips, guys, I'm sorry. What an awesome looking world. Oh, very shallow section there. Might as well see if I probably go right over a Sea Glide fragment on my way back. No? Oh, we got a egg there. I'll start collecting eggs like crazy. That's probably the only thing I'm going to use the scanner room for, is helping to find eggs, because I always like hatching loads of them. Home sweet home. Okay. What do we need here? First, let's just free up some space. That frees up plenty of space. I'm just going to eat that, even though it didn't do me a whole lot of good. How much room do we have in the storage container? Very little. We're gonna put what's useless. We'll put that in there for now. And we don't really need so much quartz. So let's take some of this and just turn it into glass to free up the space. And then I can go ahead and make the copper wire and the wiring kit that we need for the other 2 upgrades, which will free up a slot each, and then we should be back to okay. All right, that's enough of that. I think that was exactly all I had as well. Yeah, put the glass back in, and we need the copper. Yeah, we got everything there that we need. Copper wire. Wiring kit. And we've got some space in our pockets. I know I'm using up a lot for that tank, but it's worth it for me. Okay. Now, from our pod, we could see the kelp forest before. Where is it? Well, guys, we are reaching the end of the first hour of my recording. So I am going to take a little break and pick this back up in a day or two, although we may have a couple of hours of recordings stitched together before October 25th, when hopefully we're watching this all together. So, how did I get so lost? We got a couple more minutes. I'm just going to see if I can get to the freaking kelp forest. Eventually, I'm going to get my bearings where I know where everything is. But when it's dark like this, maybe we'll find our sea glide fragment in the last couple minutes here? Music is starting to pick up again. There we go. Oh, and a tooth. Nice find. We need teeth. And that's not a sea glide, but I will still take the mobile vehicle fragment, because as soon as I can get to a sea moth, I'm going to. In fact, I can now guarantee we're going to have at least a couple of hours of footage. You guys know, because you know how long the video is. It's already showing, I think, when you're watching. But I'm not going to stop playing. I'm already hooked. I want to get a sea glide. Ah, I love the progression in this game. Okay. I needed a bobble, and I needed 2 more of these. Do I have enough space? Good. Now we've got everything. A little fast escape. I love how it also kind of calculates how far under the surface you are and how fast you're traveling to determine how far above the water you fly. That's an interesting little bit of physics that they didn't have to include, and they did. Kudos to the devs. Absolutely love them. Okay. Now, first things first, let's do this. Fiber mesh. Radiation suit, now we're impervious. Although the trade-off you have to make is the helmet, right? So we have to put our radiation helmet on when we're close to the aurora, or in a radiation and rebreather when we go down deep. So that means we got 2 extra pieces of equipment that we're now carrying around with us. Do I have any titanium in here? Yes, I do. Surprisingly. Let's build that tool. The Pathfinder is going to be super helpful for keeping me alive in cave systems. Let's get rid of that. And we need a battery, which all we need is the mushrooms for. Yeah. Which are so close. I'm just going to grab them real quick before I take my little break. For me, you know, maybe an hour will pass while I have lunch. For you, it'll just be a short break, like 1 second. Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. First, battery. There we go. And now, equipment, propulsion cannon. 1 hour in on hardcore, I've already got a propulsion cannon. That is freaking awesome. And then equipment, let's go ahead and take that off. And I'll see you guys in a couple of seconds. Hey guys, I'm back. I didn't even eat lunch. I couldn't wait to get back in the game. So right now we are looking for, some coral, which is everywhere. And then we're gonna make some medium-sized waters. So we're not having to catch the bladderfish all the time for water. Just need some coral tube samples. Load up on those. because it is one coral tube sample and one piece of salt, and you can get a bigger piece, like a bigger jug of water. And then we don't have to worry with the small ones anymore. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the middle step is you have to make the bleach at first, and then you get 2 waters out of every bleach.
And purifying water.
Here we go. Now, oops, I backed all the way out. Let's just make a couple of waters for now, a couple of waters for later. There we go. I'm gonna put put the bleach into storage. I've got too much stuff now, guys. All right, let's make a couple of batteries. And then what do we need next? Probably I need to sort out my storage issues. A couple of batteries. And then we're gonna start making our first little basic shelter, I think. Battery. I know I said I was going to build above the water line, but for this first initial base, it really doesn't even matter. Let's switch out our battery, because it's going to be so small that we're never going to build it up to the size that the pressure is going to be a problem. So where would be a cool place for it? I think this little spot right here, kind of overlooking the deeper area. Yeah. And assign this. What do we have access to? All right, we want it to do a foundation actually, because we got plenty of lead, and we'll probably just disassemble it once we make a bigger base. So a couple of pieces of lead. Boom, boom, take those out. Put these back in just to keep our pockets as empty as possible. We need a piece of titanium or 2. Let's see. Might be able to just break rocks. Yeah. We're going to build over this area. Yep, 1 titanium, so we're not covering these. Like, we won't mine them later because they're going to be underneath our base, or our mini base. Yeah. Whoops, not that tool. This tool. Build it right there. So we have a nice convenient source of coral beneath us as well. There we go. And then we're going to start building those out. Titanium. Just a couple of pieces, sir. There we go. Some salvage. I just feel like this is a worthy goal right before we head out, you know? Let's at least have a mini storage and stuff. Yes, our sea glide fragment. That was the other thing I was hoping for. All right, now that we have at least one of those, it makes sense to go as quick as possible over to our damaged sea glide over there and get the other piece. But we should have just enough salvage to do what I want to do in the local vicinity here. What else have we got? Another sea glide. We'll take it for the titanium. Nice. Oh no, we needed 3 pieces. Well, oh no, we needed the 2 pieces. We'll get the titanium from the other one. In my head, I already had the other one in my pocket. Jesus. Now we got the grav trap. Anything else I can scan for titanium? Do I have another tank? Yes, I do. We can get the grav trap for titanium. Come here, salvage. And I can't resist the salt. Whoop. And now we're going to risk injury, bodily harm. Wait, maybe we'll get a tooth if we wait a second. We need the teeth of these guys to make enameled glass, which you need to make the glass domes for your habitats, which I'm addicted to. If you've watched any of my No Man's Sky series that I'm also doing, you know that I am obsessed with windows. I need to have windows everywhere, all the time. I love being able to see outside. No tooth for easy pickings. So, oh, whoops. Let's not make the same mistake I did last time. Let's go ahead and fill this one up too. There we go. Hey, buddy. Oh, we got another radio message too. Okay. Maybe we'll get a twofer. Be able to go out and hit 2 different pods at once. But first, I'm not progressing the story until we have our little mini base made. Let's get all the titanium we can. And we need a little bit of glass. Ooh, no space for anything. And I did pick up a salt, which will give us... Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, the Aurora.
Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. You still need our assistance. Over.
Yes, Aurora, we need you, you sassy motherfucker.
Damn charter's going to have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
All right, so the Aurora is headed our way in about a week. Oh, I need a regular quartz. I forgot about that. That's okay for now. Okay, what else can I build? I don't even have... But that got rid of a lot of stuff in our inventory, so now I can pick up the glass and 1 quartz that we need. The glass. We need to go ahead and pick up the 1 quartz, and then the rest I'll fill up with glass. This little base is so efficient and so useful early game. I basically build the same layout in this and in Subnautica Below Zero, which if this series, you know, does well, we'll do a run in Subnautica Below Zero as well. Boom. What is it? No. Deconstruct. I forgot how to turn it. There we go. So now you have this sort of observation deck that looks out over, you know, the other area. We're gonna put glass right here. And a hatch right here. I know you can kind of like put hatches up here and stuff, but I like this look better. Kind of creates an entryway.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
We're not too worried about that right now, because all we really care about is a place to just chuck stuff, because my pockets are completely full. So now we can put everything down that we don't need in our pocket. That's fine. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to put all this stuff down too, because we're moving all the storage from up here down here. You can also make those absolutely worthless little lockers for a few titanium. A lot of people spend a lot of their early game messing around with those. I hate them. They're so difficult because they keep asking you to like rename them instead of, what am I doing? Instead of move them or look inside of them. It's just So annoying. Oh yeah, and we can also put up our poster. What I'm going to keep in the storage in our pod will be the stuff that we need for day-to-day survival, you know? And the stuff down here is like our longer-term storage until we get some power. So all this stuff can go in here. Boom. We take the water back. We take this back. All of our tools. And then we need this for making water. The gold can go in there though. Okay. And then the poster we'll put next to the door for now. Will it fit there? It's totally dark anyway. And now we can go get our damaged Sea Glide crew over here. If I can see anything. There we are. What do I need to make the Sea Glide? I have everything I need to make the Sea Glide. And a beacon. And one of these. Okay. All right, guys. I do think it makes sense to make these things before we go. So we got the batteries we need. We can even use the dead battery for crafting, which is great. So what we want to put in here is the battery that has some juice in it. Also these, let's go ahead and put our pets back. I didn't mean to bring that, but there we go. Now we need copper and titanium. I'm stuck in the crafting loop, but I like it. So we need 2 copper. We'll take our titanium back. And we need 2 copper for the wire as well. And then all we need is a lubricant. See, we had like everything we needed. It didn't take but a second. And I believe the kelp forest is this way. It's either this way or this way, somewhere. There it is. We need a bauble. Little glowy bauble. All right, you're gonna guard those, fine. I'll come over here and get this one then. Do you have a toothache? Are there any teeth around here? Let's pick up a salt. Don't see any teeth. I do see another salt. Just picking up what I can on the way back, you know? Can't help but just fill my pockets as much as possible. The very first time I played this game, I mined the entire safe shallows before I left. Just took everything. So we need a lubricant. We're gonna go ahead and make a spare lubricant because it takes up the least amount of space. And then a wire. And now we can make both of these. First, the Sea Glide. Nice. It's like an hour and 14 minutes in, and I have the Sea Glide. That's got to be a personal best.
Stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
All right, we'll remember to take it off of the list first and then craft it. And I need 1 battery, which is just going to be the mushrooms, right? Yeah. Mushrooms, acid mushrooms. Sounds like a guy I heard in Amsterdam once. Okay. There we go. If you don't know, I put up a post about it. I was in Amsterdam a couple of weeks ago, and I, for the first time, played Magic the Gathering, which I love card games and stuff like that, but never played Magic the Gathering before. Dang it, I need another freaking copper. I forgot about that. And I don't have a copper in here, do I? Okay. We're almost there, we're almost there. We definitely have a copper in the base. We're gonna have to remember the way to swim to until we have some lights on it. We're doing good so far, though. Man. Grab a couple pieces of copper and pop those up here because they're the most, you know, common thing that we need. So having 2 or 3 of them up here in our crafting pod makes sense. Wires. There we go. Why did I make wires? I have no idea. Okay, but this is what I meant to make. And I didn't take it off my list first. Holy crud. Okay, good. It didn't pop me out. Let's see what our next message is. Is it the Aurora? Distress call. Oh, Ozzy! Oh my god, he's my favorite NPC.
Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Oh, Ozzy, his story is tragic. We're gonna go in order, though. We're gonna get this one first. Do I have any water on me? Yes, I do. I don't need the grav trap. We're gonna pop the grav trap out over here. Put our rebreather on until we need the other things. Sorry, Rabbit Ray. You're just gonna have to deal with that for a minute. Oh, hold on. Put this back in our hands. I love the map on here. Jeez. Now we're cooking. The other thing that I'm conscious of suddenly, I am kind of hungry. Emergency food source when you're out and about. You can eat some creep vine. Oh god, I only have space for 2. Why am I going out with my pockets so full, guys? I shouldn't. And that's barely doing anything for my hunger. Alright. One second. We're almost ready. I swear we're almost ready. But I can't go out there with my full pockets. Come on. That's ridiculous. At least getting back home is a lot faster. Let's just drop these. We know we're not going to need that yet. I'm not going to need that on this run. Definitely don't know why I have that. All the rest of this, except for those, we'll just drop. There. Nice. Now we're ready. We're focused. We're going. In this first episode, I really don't plan on cutting anything out, but maybe we'll discuss it in the comments. Maybe I edit out some of the back and forth and whatnot. I'm just doing it so you guys can see like an uninterrupted playthrough, if that's what we're going for. Let's see what we get in here. Come here. First, the PDA.
You really think it'll carry 2 of us?
Your regular sea glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
I'm sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the light pod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
Man, oh man. So that guy, he was like scared. He was like, oh, there's big things out there. They might eat us. And then guess how far they made it from the pod before it blew up? Like, sometimes you engineer yourself into a problem instead of out of it. You know what I mean? Sorry, Life Pod 3. It's the truth. Okay. I am almost out of oxygen. Let all my tanks fill up. Boom. That's sorted. Is there anything else cool around here? I feel like there ought to be. Next to the pods, there's usually something else. Unless it was just meant to bring me to maybe this cave system. How deep are you, cave system? Pretty deep. Okay. We'll get our scan of the eye stalk bush. Freaking freaky thing. It's another cool bioluminescent plant to put near your base once we're doing that. Ooh. A mesmer.
This is your primary directive to swim closer to that beautiful creature.
See if we can get a scan.
Swim closer.
No, thank you.
Swim
In fact,
closer now.
let me out. There we go. I got out of the mesmer's grip. No, the mesmer entry is actually really funny.
The mesmer, a small
Mesmer.
carnivorous life form with the unique hunting mechanism that enables it to hypnotize its foes. It has outer wings. The mesmer swims using a number of wings, which can be angled up and forwards on approaching prey. Tiny lenses on the surface can be tilted independently, create mesmerizing patterns, which flood the victim's brain with enticing messages, interpreted in whatever form is most convincing by the target. Outer shell, the mesmer can open the jaw-like recesses in its protective outer shell in order to
Arrow 463.
Share its beauty. Do not resist. Draw closer.
I love that. I love that entry. Sometimes the writers were really going overboard and doing a good job. Okay. We're gonna try going down again. First, I'm gonna make sure I'm not dying at the time. And I forgot all about eating. So let's just eat some seaweed. At least we have space now. Doing 2 at a time is freaking ridiculous. I can eat all of those, get up to 50%. I'll do one more load. There we go, and we're pretty good. Even gives you a little bit of water, I think. Lead, nice. We need our flashlight though. What else is down here? Oh, sick fish. It's our first infected. Let's get a scan of it if we can. It's gonna show us, yep. Because see, we already scanned an eye stalk. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, now it says infected on my machine. Let's just pop up a little bit so we're safer. And we'll look at this PDA entry as well.
specimen with symptoms of infection. This organism is displaying signs of a bacterial infection. Bright green blisters are forming networks around the infection sites. Pathology suggests a waterborne bacterium capable of penetrating the body through the skin and respiratory system. Underlying indications of genetic mutation and aggressive behavior. The bacterium itself is unlike any so far recorded in human exploration.
Warning may be contagious. Avoid. Do not under any circumstances consume the flesh.
All right, well, we know not to eat those. If you played the game before, don't give it away in the comments, but we are going to try to avoid being infected and stuff. There's so many times that it can happen and ways it can happen, but we're not going to be eating any infected fish, that's for sure. All right, what else is down here? Some silver, sweet. A bit of gold, worthless. I mean, gold is super important for a couple of things that you only need a few of. There's no need to hoard gold, although I probably will end up with a cabinet full of gold. Especially once you get the drill arm. then you're just rolling in resources. At least I am, because I like going around mining the nodes. I find it very relaxing. We're just getting deeper and deeper into this cave, y'all. Copper. I am aware of it. Okay, there's a way out over there. Always keeping my eye on my oxygen. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Silver would be great. Yeah. Okay, I think that was a profitable excursion. Profitable enough. Are there any teeth around here? That would be really cool. Okay. You see me looking for your teeth, you get all mad. Freaking stalkers. Let's catch a little breath. Keep moving in case they're still after me. And then I just feel like there's going to be at least one tooth around here. There it is. Nice. Any more? Any more? I need loads of teeth. I usually end up building a stalker farm, like just hatching loads of them, collecting a bunch of sheet metal together, and then the ones that you hatch will just farm teeth for you right next to your base. You kind of have to be near them for them to spawn in and start losing their teeth. So if you aren't in an area or near it for a while, they don't do, you know, they're not doing anything. But then if you have them right next to your base where you're hanging out all the time, you come out and there's like a pile of 30 teeth sometimes. It's crazy. Let's just drop off what we can, and then we'll go out to Ozzy's pod and see what what tragedy befell him. I need some more water. So we'll grab one of these. We'll go ahead and put the tooth down. Pick that up. Make a bleach. I didn't even realize I was carrying metal salvage. Okay. Make a glass. Just to reduce the size of everything. Water. Okay, I think most of this can go downstairs now. We'll get a water. We'll put a bleach in here, so we've got many. Yeah. What's our next radio message?
Aurora, this is Sunbeam.
Sunbeam.
We just picked up a massive debris field.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I didn't know
Freaking thing blew up.
how many of you. Like, I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What?
This is hilarious.
The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, alright, but so are all the others.
Yeah, so he has only ever landed a ship like theirs onto this size planet once and messed it up. And we have no space in our storage, but that's fine because we have titanium, which means I can build another storage. And guys, I will be organizing this. Oh, not this kind of storage. I want that kind of storage. I will be organizing these and everything and optimizing, probably doing it off camera, because that's not the fun thing to watch. Unless you guys tell me you want to sit here and watch me sort through my inventory over and over again, then we will do it together. It's really up to you. The man group YT, if you made it into the chat by now, hopefully you have, let me know. What would you prefer? We'll be doing this for a couple of weeks minimum. So, maybe we can get A solar panel. Yeah, we probably can do a solar panel. Quartz, titanium, and what was the other thing that I needed? I have no memory at all. 2 quartz, 2 titanium, and a copper. Boom, boom. Do I have any quartz here? No, we need to find a quartz. I just destroyed my only quartz a minute ago. That'll at least get us going with a little power on our mini base. Since I'm spending more and more time in there. Sun's starting to come up. Beautiful sunrise, or is it sunset? No, yeah, it's sunset, not sunrise. So what we're looking for is the edge over here. Because in the red grass, there's always loads of quartz. Okay, before I even get there. Right at the edge of the red grass, there's already a quartz. Pick up a couple while we're out. Look out, Sandy. Sandy the sand shark. Radiation. Oh, I didn't bring my thing with me. Alright, I'm going. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Am I not? No, I'm not. There's our base. I'll probably plant a couple of creeper vines, or creep vines near our base for just like, basically, free lighting. What am I doing? I need to be out here. And we're going to place this on the ground instead of on top. Just for a little ambiance. I like the way it looks there. Of course, there's no sun right now, so nothing happens, but fine. That's why we want to get the biofuel reactor in a larger base as soon as we can. Let's put these down. We're going to pick up our helmet, because that was more useful than I thought it was going to be. And those. Okay. All right, now we need a little bit of food. Where's our thing? I am not going to break my own rules, so we're only going to be eating things like boomerang fish. Or the other, maybe whole fish and stuff. But I'm not going to eat the peepers. So that's another handicap I'm putting on myself. What is this? Oh, a Gary. You know what? I'm not going to eat Garys either. They're too cute. Okay. That should be enough for this excursion. Cook a few boomerangs. If you didn't know, the bioluminescent tips are where they poop. That's what it says in their entry. So we'll just go ahead and pop all those down, heal up all the way, feeling good. Yeah, I really don't think I can put anything down. Not when we're going exploring. Okay, here we go. And off to listen to Ozzy's tragic PDA. Hopefully the sun will come up soon. See if we can find anything good on the way. We found a little shoot. Giant coral shoot. I love swimming through those. And over the edge. Let's catch a little bit of oxygen here on the way. One more ought to do it. There we go. Hey, stalkers. Any toothaches? Oh, I thought I saw one. Always be looking for teeth. We don't need titanium right now in our pockets. Here we go. In my opinion, the most tragic story in the game. Prepare yourself if you haven't heard it before. We're about to listen to a man's final, desperate words.
Log. It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the phase gate. Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. My cafe. I don't understand how we're here now. I don't know why no one's coming for me.
Poor Ozzy. Poor Ozzy. Okay. Now we get our first piece of the Sea Glide, though, next to this one. So we got the... Or I'm sorry, Sea Moth next to this. We got the Sea Glide piece at the other place. And we might have enough around to actually make one. That would be awesome. There's like a small cave here. Let's see. I think it's just got some resources. Salt and stuff. If I see any sandstone, I'll break the sandstone for hopefully silver. Yeah. Whoops. Not the end of the playthrough yet. Lead. Gold. Worthless. Watch it be the one nearest the top. Yep. The silver. Nice. Freaking biters will keep getting me. Okay. Let's go ahead and refill everything. Because the next thing we're going to do is go into this wreck over here, or at least search around it first. Any other... Ah, there's another piece of the Sea Glide. So the bits and pieces, the fragments, other than the ones that are kind of scripted, like the one that's always next to his pod, the one, the Sea Glide piece that's always next to the other pod, where these other ones spawn is kind of random. Like, you'll have a box like this, but whether or not anything is inside of it and what exactly it is different every time you play the game, just in case you didn't know. We've already got everything for the Sea Moth, I think. Yeah. I'll just pick these up for the titanium. This is usually the location of my second base because there's so much titanium and stuff around here you can just pick up. Maybe we should build our base, you know, our main base over here. I'm stuck between this and doing one over in the shroom trees. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think is the better option, or if you have a totally different idea. We won't be making it to the second base tonight, I don't think. Not unless I go absolutely crazy, which could happen. I might be playing this for like 2 or 3 days. This is like a 6-hour video, but I don't think it will be. I think it'll be 2 or 3 hours. That's what I'm planning now. Y'all know more than me. You know how long the video is. Okay, I don't think there's anything else useful outside of the wreck. So now we just need to look inside. There's definitely a few things we can get. There's our entrance. Get up to the top. Boom, nice air. Oh, whoops, I wasn't even using my other tank yet. Whoops, there it is. I usually have things in like a specific order on my tool belt as well. I just haven't gotten used to it. I guess we'll take every scan we can. Go ahead and take the desk. Nice. I think that's a mobile vehicle bay. Yep, we needed one of them. Anything else in the foyer? No. Now, in my last playthrough, I spent a lot of time digging into this woman and why she's all over the ship, why she has so many, you know, pictures that people have got in their lockers of her. Her name is Watkins, I think, but we'll find her PDA in the Aurora when we get there, and I'll show you what I mean. It's hilarious. I love that they put that into the game. Anything else in here? Up through here. Nothing in that box. Anything? No, that one's got the stuff on top of it. It would be cool if they could like make a mechanic where we could bust those open and there might be something inside of them, but I understand why they couldn't yet. Come here. Anything in these boxes? No. A lot of nothing. We do have a light. So when we get back, we could put some lighting up. Come here. There we go. I am out of air in this tank. I'm on my lungs now. So let's head back out. And it makes sense. We should be using the thing. Hold on, there's more. The Pathfinder is what I was trying to say. And there's more blueprints in that room that I missed, I saw. Which is exactly why we need the Pathfinder. Okay, so let's get this stuff organized. We're going to put the Pathfinder as the second one. We'll put the flashlight as the first one. No, as the first one. There we go. And then, yeah, scanner. Then that, I think that works pretty good for the order of priority. Now, into the depths once more. This is definitely one of the most dangerous parts of the game, is getting all of these, you know, blueprints out of these buildings, or out of these wreckages. It's so easy to get turned around and lose yourself. Nice. Speaking of, let's just pop one of these here. They also give us a little bit of light. Makes it a little easier to navigate. Aha. Laser fragment. Is this the last one we need? Yes. Amazing. Now we can get through all the doors when we find other wrecks. And the way forward is down here. But, uh-oh. This could be it, guys. I didn't fill up my other tank. Why didn't I fill up my other tank? Bum, 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 bum. And you, no. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Breathe out of it. Oh my God. Oh, guys, I was full on going through the like panics and clicks and pops and everything. We figured out what that means already. Someone tell me. I don't have thalassophobia. I have this other weird thing. Oh, God. Catch my breath for a second. I can't believe I almost did that. Okay. Get serious. Lock in. We got all of our stuff now. We're good. We got a little bit of the pathway marked. Come here. Sometimes it's slower to use the Sea Glide inside the buildings. Gosh. Dang it. All right, this isn't the run I thought it was going to be. But maybe we can just lay out a few more of these so we know our way forward. And I'm out? No, okay, I didn't think I was out yet. All right. Okay, we made it in. We made it in. Got some water. We've already got that. We don't have a prawn suit yet. Oh, that's just the arm for it. We've already got that. Mobile vehicle bay. Let's get this. We have the propulsion cannon. What else is in here? Uh-huh. Let's go ahead and repair this. I'm panicking. Okay. I got it. Okay. Now, extra tank. See how much safer we feel now? Okay. Now, we know this is the way out, because I was so smart and I marked it. Boom, boom, boom. First time, you definitely die in there. It's like impossible to find your way back. It's kind of obvious on the way down, and then on the way back, there's all these extra turns. It's crazy. Okay. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. All right. Now, switch the tanks. We got this back on the front. I think that's, oh, and then the flashlight is what I was freaking out that I didn't have. We're gonna just replace the Pathfinder with the flashlight because that's what we're using right now. Okay, I can use this to get down faster. Come on, Will, be smart, be smart. Here we go. Down, don't get caught. Okay, come on. And we're in. Okay, we're so good. All right, here's the next thing. Crazy terminal that's all gibberish. Okay, and first we're gonna go through here. What have we got? Another, is that the, it is the propulsion cannon, right? The one we already have? Because there's the repulsion and propulsion, and I get, yeah, that's the one we've already got. Another Wilson picture. Another thing, and there's another way out. Okay. Perfect. If I don't get caught on there, coming out. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a risky exit. I think I've gotten caught on that before and like died trying to come out. Okay. What's the play? I know there's a deeper area to get into, and I think we should go in from there. Let's get back up to the top. Collect my thoughts. Refill our oxygen. Oh no, we've already got that. I could use some water. Boom. Is that what I want? No. What I want now. Let's put this, we're definitely not building a habitat over here, not yet. So now I can go and clear those nodes and start setting them in from the other side. Where was it here? You have to be a little bit, you know, sneak your way through. So clear the modules. Through here. And the next one is down here. That's the bay module. Okay. There we go. I know this wreck better than any other wreck for sure, because I always build my base right next to it. So I kind of know my way, or at least I know how deep this goes, you know, that there's like another section. It's like under every stairwell. You're always finding another area. And in this one is the one where we get, I think it's a grow bed or something in here, isn't there? No, not in this one. Okay. There's some other stuff down here. Got a PDA.
Integrating new PDA.
Citizen testimonials. Definitely want this. Modification station. Is there anything else worth coming down here again for? I don't see anything worth coming down here again for. Let me know if I missed anything, but if not, that's our last dive into this wreck. We might come back next time if there's anything super important down there, but I don't think there is. And coming out here, switch the tanks. We're good. Okay, so now we need a mobile vehicle bay to make the Sea Glide. That's our next thing, I think. Head back to our mini base and see what we can craft up. All right. Let's see, we got this. And then we'll get the recipe for how to make the Sea Glide. Actually, we can do it from here. What have we got? Oh, we needed the compass as well. Let's see what other new things we've got. The laser cutter. We've got all of those. A scanner room. We're not building a scanner room yet. We might soon though. A floodlight might be fun. Battery charger is definitely needed. An aquarium for our babies once we have a bigger place. Where's this? The Sea Glide didn't show up in here. Oh, there it is. I just missed it. There we go. So we got a little bit of a crafting list to go after here, guys. Oh, I love the crafting. I really do. Let's just pop most of the titanium down. Put this. We need the battery. The rubber probably. That fits in there now. I have a little more space in my hands. Oh, we need more cave sulfur for the laser cutter as well. How many is it? 10 for the ingot. How many did I have? I put them down to pick them back up again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry guys, I have to count. There we go. Titanium. And we have the silver. Okay, we needed copper. Do we have any copper left in here? I made that wire earlier, didn't I? What'd I do with the copper wire I had earlier? I put it down. Let's make that. There we go. We are coming close to the end to the second hour of recording. And you know better than I if I continue on or not. I think I probably will. This game is so addictive, guys. So freaking addictive. Okay, so we take all of our silver. We take all of our copper. I take the glass. You know, I'm just going to take everything for crafting. We can build a thing down here. Maybe that's the play. What do we need for it? It's in this menu. That. I only need a coral sample. Definitely. Whoops, always hit the wrong button. There. One coral sample. Knife. The tool I need is never on my belt. Gosh. There you go. And we got one. Okay, now I can make my copper wire. And we're going to do the compass first because that just automatically installs in my head. And I need, oh gosh, I'm going to need diamonds as well for the laser, which I have no idea where the best place to get diamonds is. You guys can let me know in the comments because I don't think we'll get that on this episode. So let's go equipment and unpin that. But I think the rest of these are achievable goals. Pretty achievable, pretty easy. So we have the one oil already. There it is. And then we just need the battery, which I have one battery here, and I have one dead battery in here. Did I leave it upstairs? Yes, I did. Okay. Going up to the pod to get a battery. Let me put these in here real quick so I can pick this up on the belt. Take the power out. And now it needs rubber too, right? Yep, which I have. Yep. Power cell. And go ahead and make this. Come on, mobile vehicle bay. You take a long time to make. All right. And we'll just put you out right above our base. Or kind of next to the base. There we go. All right, guys. I'll probably see you for the third hour in just a sec.
Hey guys, this is future Wilhelm. Unfortunately, past Wilhelm took off his headset, and when he did that, there's a mute button on the side that he forgot to unclick, which means I lost the audio for this entire section. So, this last hour is going to be a little more edited. You know, hey, we can use it as a test. Maybe this is better and I do it this way moving forward. We edit it down and you guys don't have to watch every second of me running around. Let me know. We'll be talking about it in the comments section when this is the live premiere on October 25th. Or, you know, leave it in a comment underneath the video later if you're watching it after that live premiere. As you can see, I am building up our base a little bit using some of the things that we found on our last run. I thought it would be funny to have 2 copies of the exact same poster on either side of our door. I am looking forward to when we have our own mech. We will not have a big gun like those guys have, unfortunately. Look what a nice observation deck we have. Look at the view. Absolutely gorgeous game, Subnautica. That's why I love it so much. Okay, so I renamed that locker Parts, so we have a place to just chuck things as we're trying to get everything we need for a Sea Glide. First things first, we need to make a couple of batteries for the power cell. Now I just need some copper, and I don't have any. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all of the titanium and stuff that I don't need to leave in here now that we have power and stuff down at our other base. So I'm going to turn all that titanium into as many ingots as we can make. I might have just enough for 1, I think, now. And then I think we got to go grab some more. I'm pretty sure we still have some copper and things in our other locker. So hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and make the power cell that we need. I only need some rubber, I think, is the stuff that I don't have. Now that we have the batteries we need, we don't need to necessarily carry them around in our pocket. I'll go ahead and exchange all the ones that I have on my tool belt, and then we can pop the ones that need charging in here, and we'll just have them there when we're ready to make our power cell for the Sea Glide here in a minute.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I am still sticking to only eating the boomerang fish. I accidentally nabbed a Gary fish there, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and adopt him as well, which means we have George the hoverfish, Charles the whole fish, and Gary the Gary fish, for anyone who's counting. I'm gonna drop our grav trap over here next to the base. There's not a whole lot of fish swimming around out there, but hopefully that will at least nab 1 or 2 of the fish that I'm allowed to eat whenever I'm hungry and make things a little bit easier. Not catching anything yet, but I do like that we have that big old window over there. I love that. I'll be careful not to accidentally cook Gary, but go ahead and fricassee up a couple of these boomerang fish. And then I'm gonna swap out the battery that we now have at 100% in our charger there, and put it into our Sea Glide. Now we've got a few items in our pocket to eat, and we can finish looking for the titanium and other items that we need for our Sea Glide, especially the oil or lubricant that we're gonna need. Before we take off though, I'm gonna go ahead and drop Gary off. Gary should just hang out around that area of the base now. The grav trap is a little bit too close to our pet zone. Hey, Gary. Now that I've picked him up and moved him, it's kind of forgotten where it used to be, so it'll just sort of hang out in that area. That's what I usually do with my hoverfish, is I release it near my pod, and it's just sort of my constant companion for the beginning of the game here. We'll go ahead and grab our other pets and drop at least 1 water in here so that if we're ever coming by, we can at least grab that and not die of water or die of thirst. Okay, I got down here and just remembered I haven't eaten my fish that I cooked earlier. Go ahead and eat those 3. Get ourselves a little bit off of the starvation level. And then I'm trying to sort of just move all of our crafting resources and stuff down here. That way we can not have to be jumping back and forth from the pod and, you know, to here as much. I'll go ahead and put the radiation helmet in our parts container, because that's also going to be just sort of like where our extra gear and stuff like that goes. I'm going to come down here and release our 2 other pets. I'm always afraid that I'm going to accidentally eat one, so I take a second there to just make sure I'm hitting the right button. But now all 3 of our fish are out here chilling. And the music kicks in. Our base is starting to look pretty cool. Doesn't it look awesome? Now I need to zip over here and grab some pods, or glowy pods for our oil that we need, or lubrication that we need. It is kind of funny that these make both lube and rubber. I always thought the devs were kind of hiding a joke in there. Why do we need so much lube? Giant buckets of it. Is this a Diddy party? All right, so we're gonna need 1 rubber for our power cell. This actually gives us 2. And then 1 giant bucket of lube that we're gonna use for the sea glide, or sea moth. Pop those in for the power cell. And now I think we have pretty much everything we need, don't we? The rest of the parts are in here, yeah. All right, guys, we are gonna get our sea glide. I'm just gonna real quickly change the name on there to gear, because now it's only got the helmet in it. And we'll just kind of do that when we're gathering stuff for a recipe. I like kind of popping it in one place. Here we go. Get our little drones in action.
Is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin.
Thank you for your advice, PDA, but I am going to be using our sea moth to get us everywhere. This is like a major, major unlock. Hello, old friend. I love your voice. I actually really like the voices of all the vehicles. Which one is your favorite? I think there is an overwhelming fan favorite voice. I won't say it now, because let's put our votes into the chat if you're doing this live, and I'll let you know my favorite in the chat. Pop our grav trap over on this side of the base now, so hopefully it doesn't snatch up our pets. And I can pop the fire extinguisher down and stuff, because we don't need those. There is an upgrade that you get that adds storage to your sea moth, and I cannot wait until we find one. I have played this game a few times on regular. This is, as I said before, my first time on hardcore. So I know where 1 or 2 things are, but mostly we're just winging it here, guys. Let's see what the radio has to say.
This is Officer Keen in Light Pod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regrouped 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Rendezvous coordinates corrupted. Transmission origin coordinates downloaded. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So with Keen, we don't know where he was trying to send us. He was trying to send us coordinates for the rendezvous. But what we do get is his transmission location. So we can go and see what happened to his pod. And if I remember this one somewhat correctly, we can go and basically look straight down at his pod, because his pod is deeper than the max capacity of our sea moth. We can only go down to 200 meters in the sea moth, but it's 300 meters down. We're gonna need some water and stuff, so I am going to get us sort of suited up or geared up for our trip. We're gonna want to get a couple of fish salted as well, so we don't starve to death out there. And crap, I picked up the poster, and I'm figuring that's gonna be a problem every time I leave, so I'm gonna pop it over here at the end of this little thing. And we'll do something else with that later. But for now, I am focused on getting us over to Keen's pod. There is usually some other point of interest, some data box or upgrade. I don't remember which are at each one. I mean, I kind of remember at the beginning there where we knew that the Sea Glide was going to be, because they say they're they're working on their broken Sea Glide or whatever. Let me see. I need a couple more boomerangs because I want to have at least 2 salted, and then maybe eat 1 fresh now, just so I have a full belly when we're going out. I think I've got enough now. We'll do 2 salted. The notes on these are hilarious. Tough but flavorful. Dehydrating. And then this one says, good eating around the fins. The devs really did do a good job with putting in, little funny bits. So we'll eat our fresh one, and we'll keep the 2 that are salted, because those won't spoil. And now we can kind of have that as backup. Where did my sea moth go? Oh yeah, follow the headlights. All right, we're at 100% battery and 100% health. That's probably not gonna last for long, because even running into a fish in the sea moth will kind of mess it up. I realized I was going the wrong way, so I'm gonna do a little flyby of our base. It's pretty cool over there. And I like that when you kind of head off from your base, the game knows to kick the music in. We're just gonna enjoy the ambiance as we go. I'm not gonna speed this section up. This is a really shallow area. It might be good for building a above water base when we get to that point. Start leaving some ideas of where we should put our next base. Ooh, there's a sick stalker there. But what I'm thinking is either over next to Ozzy's pod. There's that big wreck over there, and a really good spot to put a base, or in the mushroom forest. I love the jelly eels and stuff around the mushroom forest. But I'm not locked into that idea. We could do maybe a more dangerous location, since this is a permadeath playthrough. We're trying to make it exciting. I can't resist going into a cave, but I don't want to fill my pockets up just yet. We're on our way to a point of interest, and there's going to be stuff to loot when we're over there. There's nothing at this base other than a counter. We might as well get a counter, What would we have done if we didn't have the counter? Our entire playthrough would have been ruined. Really important upgrade there, guys. Specifically, this area over here, I've built bases on as well. There's all these cool little pathways and things. It almost feels like a dirt bike track you can ride around on in your Sea Glide. In my last Subnautica series, we built a mystery base over here that I discovered from Jessie. She's the cafeteria worker on the Aurora that I sort of invented for my playthrough. If you're into that kind of thing, check it out. I might leave a link in the chat or something like that, or in the description of this video. The blue reefs down here are also really cool. These thermal vents are a great place for a thermal generator, and there's usually about to get crushed. There's usually a few rubies around. Yep, there's a ruby. Just had to let them load in, I guess. So I'm gonna pop out real quick, try not to burn myself too bad. Your character really protests when you do this. You really wanna have like a reinforced suit or something before you start getting too close to those, but we need like 4 or 5 rubies real bad, because we're gonna need them for making aerogel.
Warning, Maximum depth
Oh my God.
reached. Hull damage imminent.
Okay, try not to crush. But we're gonna need them for making the aerogel to make our mech suit, the prawn jumpsuit. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled. There's 2. And our first warper. First warper of the series, guys. So I am freaking out a little bit, but there's something I've always wanted to test. And honestly, I've never tested this before, guys, but I think because right now I'm not actually infected, right? Let's go ahead and do a self-scan. Yeah, I am normal. So that means if I'm right, he shouldn't attack me. I should be safe from the warpers right now because I'm not currently infected, which is why you want to do some early exploration in these areas before you do accidentally get infected or something. I still can't force myself to get too close to it, but you know, this is the name of the game. I need to be brave. Okay, good. It went away. Maybe I won't have to do this, but I really feel like I need to swim up to one of those. Not at the moment, though. We're gonna just peek off over here. There are some other really cool drop pods and stuff in this area. Although I always struggle to find them. We haven't gotten the message from the guy yet, so I'm not worried about, like, we have to find it, but I just thought maybe cruise through this area. You can see these big resource nodes as well. Those are the ones that you can use your drill arm on your prawn suit to mine. And hopefully, once we get that, basically you can build as much stuff as you want. And there's shale over here, which lithium. We're also gonna need 3 or 4 pieces of lithium early on. That, you know, lithium is really easy to get late game, but you kill for some lithium at the beginning. Look at these cool caves. Did I fit in here? Nope. What did I run into? Oh, one of those cave hopper things. All right. I'm aware that there might be leviathans around here somewhere as well. Yeah, that gets really, really, really deep. We don't want to mess around with the super deep areas. Not yet. Not yet, guys. Maybe I can take a peek, though. Ooh, that goes really far down. Let's check our map. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's actually the edge of the map or maybe that's the entrance to a lower area, but we are not going to check it out just yet. The sea treaders should be around here too, somewhere. If we find them, that would be awesome because they dig up shale and you can kind of follow behind them and break the shale that they dig up and get a bunch of diamonds, lithium, and stuff like that. I tell you, I set myself a goal, like go over to Keen's pod, and I just cannot stop myself from being distracted. But you never know when you're gonna find like a really cool upgrade or something that's really valuable in one of these boxes. And there's nothing there. We can get closer to this guy. Okay, he's warped away. But a Cyclops bridge fragment, nice. And a Cyclops hull fragment, okay. So this area is gonna be, you know, kind of littered with Cyclops parts. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, so can I get it close enough to do this? All right, you're not gonna attack me, right? I'm still healthy. I'm still healthy, sir. Okay. They can like one-hit kill me with no reinforced suit or anything like that on. And we got this big old wreck here. Crap. I guess that means I'm gonna have to investigate it. That's a cool looking asset there. It's weird that we can't scan it. Okay. Who else is excited for Subnautica 2 coming out, hopefully next year into early access? There's a lot of drama around the release of that game I'm not going to get into, but I am looking forward to the eventual release of the game. I was really hoping that we would be playing it this year, but you know, producers be producing and screwing everything up. Looks like we got some really good pieces over here. We got part of a nuclear reactor, I think. Yep. How many pieces of this are we gonna need? 2 more. I think this might be the last piece of hull that we need. Nope, we need 1 more piece of hull. Yeah, that's right. We got a couple pieces of hull and a couple pieces of bridge at this point. And the propulsion arm is gonna be great for when we're fighting some Leviathans later. Gonna be ghost Leviathan hunting. I can't not pick up salt. I can always drop it later if I need to, but it's just, we're gonna need lots and lots of salt for making water, and it's just a habit. Is there any way of getting up through here? No, this is not the way in. Oh God, have I got myself stuck in here? Oh no, oh no. Okay, good. Ooh, I don't remember where the entrance is on this wreck. I do remember that it's super dangerous in there and that I probably died in there more than once already on other playthroughs, so not looking forward to having to look through it. Oh, I see a little light though over here in the sand. Where did it go? I went past it. There it is. We got a data box. A Cyclops decoy tube upgrade. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely supposed to find this near when you're ready to build the Cyclops. So we're a little early to this area. Looking for another way in. That door there looks like you might be able to open it up from the inside to get out. And this here looks like our entrance. Yep. Looks like there's a freaking ladder down there that we're gonna have to go down as well. I think that's where I died, like trying to get back up that ladder. Sometimes if you're holding something in your hand or you're panicking, which I have a tendency to do, y'all, you can get stuck in those things. So we're just gonna move our sea moth over here so that we're lined up. Let's just see what we can find. This here looks like a door you should be able to open or interact with, but there isn't anything over here. So let's do our first little scouting trip. I'm not gonna like deep dive yet. We're gonna just kind of look around in this first room. Oh, we got a hull fragment here. Have I got all the hull fragments that I need? It looks like maybe, no, we needed that one. Oh, actually we need a couple of them. Okay. Or is that the last one that we needed? I've lost count. I'm confused, y'all. We'll just have to keep scanning them until we get titanium from it. That's how I know I got enough. So yeah, that is definitely the tube that I died in at one point in a different playthrough. So I'm a little scared to go down there. We got the laser cutter door here, which we don't have a laser cutter yet because we need to get diamonds. We got the PDA. It's just a pamphlet, so it's not going to be a voiced PDA or anything. We got another bridge fragment. All right, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so that means those 2 are done. The hull, this one should turn into titanium if I've got all the ones that we need, which yes. Okay, now we've got all of the hull ones for sure. Awesome. We might be able to make our Cyclops before we can make a prawn suit, which I've definitely never done in any of my playthroughs before. I've always found the prawn suit beforehand because I go into the Aurora pretty early. But we haven't done that on this playthrough because I just haven't needed to. We've gotten super lucky with random wrecks. Let's go ahead and eat one of our boomerangs, drink a little water. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm feeling good. Now we just got to go down into this little hole here where I've definitely expired once before. Okay. So like, yeah, see how it's really difficult to get through there? And then there's all these freaking pipes in here. And that's the next way through. So we're gonna have to go through that little hole in the floor. Just double check all the walls, and it looks like maybe there's a PDA over here in this corner. It's like a glow. Let me down. Uh-huh. And no, it's just a glow. All right. I feel like they did that on purpose to make you waste time. I want to peek down here. Is this? Okay, this is actually a way out. Nice. So we can get all the way down through that area, and then we need the cutter to go into the other door at the top. So unless there's like another entrance on the other side, we're not gonna be able to do anything with this yet. So I'm gonna change the name on this beacon to be Laser, so we know where to come back to. Sorry that the screen sort of pauses when I'm renaming these. I try to do it as fast as I can. There we go. We're just gonna do a quick little look-see, because I don't remember if there's actually another way of getting into this wreck. If there's another entrance on this side, we may be able to get a few more bits and pieces. It really looks like you should be able to swim in there, but I'm not gonna risk it, guys. I'm gonna come back when we have the laser cutter and we'll fully scavenge that wreck. Now let's see if I can make it 250 meters over here to Keen's pod without getting distracted again. Ooh, this looks like the Sea Treader's path in here. I'm gonna go over the top for now because I know with Keen's pod, yeah. I thought the way I got to this in my first playthrough was I was right above it and I was able to look straight down at it, yeah. Because I usually try to get a bunch of these before I have enough, you know, the right equipment to actually reach them. So I like to just have like 1 or 2 air tanks and then free dive down to them because I find that to be exciting. I'm gonna keep my headlights on there, so hopefully we can find our way back to our pod when we need to. And let's see what tragedy happened here. We got a data box, nice. What do we get? Awesome! The ultra high capacity tank, very good. And another ruby, we might as well get a couple of those in our pockets. We're gonna need the PDA. Come here, PDA. Come here.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in. This is Keen. Light pod detached to Cape Planet fall in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
So the captain went down with their ship. Where's the entrance here? Okay. And in here, we get the PDA from
Signal
Keen.
location uploaded to PDA.
To all crew, if you're reading this, then you have messed up. You're not supposed to be here. I told you not to come here, is basically what he's saying. He is also giving us the coordinates of the actual land rendezvous. But with full pockets and a lot to lose, I'm not going to race over to the land rendezvous just yet. We're gonna make a little pit stop back by the pod, but of course I am distracted by a freaking shipwreck part. What do we have out here? Thermal plant, okay. There's probably a couple of good freebies. We've got a laser door, but the devs are also hilarious. A lot of times when there's a laser door like that, if you look around, you can find like a shaft or another area that you can get into. It doesn't look like there is one on here though. So there might be a really juicy upgrade in there. What we'll need to do is just remember that this is just right next to Keen's pod because you can actually reactivate the beacon for any of the pods. Ah, crap. Back up a little bit. But I can see a piece of a moon pool down there, I think, guys. Let me just rearrange my stuff here. We need to repair our sea moth. We can't rename the sea moth yet. So, if you've made it this far in the video or if you're here live, let's come up with a good name for our sea moth. And I'll try to remember to do that when I am able to rename it in another episode or so. I don't think we're going to get far enough to do it in this episode. If I can get to the point where we build the moon pool, I'll be really happy. That is a good goal to set. We only need one more piece of it, and there's probably another piece around here somewhere. Nice. There we go. So I believe the actual parts for the moon pool are not crazy. So we should be able to do that. We need another upgrade as well in order to actually rename the vehicles. All right, we've already got our thermal plant. What else have we got in here? Can I get into this one? Is there a door? It looks like you can open that from the inside to get out. That one too, so let's see what's in here. Maybe, yeah, I've got enough air to just scan the chair. I would like to have a place to sit in our base, make it a little cozier inside. We might do that when we get back. Make a couple cozy upgrades. All right, some water and stuff. Cool. A little bit aware of my oxygen level. Plenty of time. No need to panic. There we go. I'll just move this a little bit closer to where we were. This is no, that's the one that we can't get in. This is the one we were searching. Oh, and there's a little bit of a fall there. And I see the vent down there. We're gonna have to go down there and scan that vent. The vent is another part of the sort of mystery of this planet, and something that leads you to the conclusion that anyone who eats peepers is evil. I'll say it again. If you ever ate a peeper, it's like eating a dolphin. You should feel terrible about yourself. I think all of us did it in our first playthrough, but this here shows you that the peepers are coming in and out of this vent willingly, and they're not getting, you know, chewed up or anything. Ooh, we got a Reginald. Nice. Now we want to collect all of the named fish specifically, like the Gary fish, the Reginald. You know, they already have people names, so we got to make them pets. Ooh, lithium. This place is a frickin' gold mine. Lead. We're gonna need a few of these aerogel things, or I'm sorry, gel sacks and rubies to make aerogels. Grab this one too. It's being guarded by a tiger plant. Oh, look out. Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't have taken that hit. No. We're just gonna back off. There's enough freebies. There's no reason to, oh, my gel sack inventory is full. Let me just drink a water, because that's always how I free up a little bit of space. And, oh, freak! No! This is it, guys. Oh, crap. Did we get infected? Did that do it? Oh, no. That may have been the moment we got bit by a bleeder. It didn't look like a sick bleeder, at least. Let me get back up to our sea moth, because I'm about to run out of air. And then we're going to do another self-scan to see if we're infected now. Although it may have a germination period, you know? Like, the game is smart enough to do that. Maybe we just got infected, but you can't test it right away. We'll find out in just a second. Oh, crap. Is this it? That would mean that we lose our immunity to the warpers, which would really, really, really suck. Come on. Okay, I'm still normal for now. Or at least I'm not infected. I can't really say that I'm normal. Did I already get that data box? I don't think I did. Must follow the glowy. And we got some more stuff over here. This is vehicle upgrade console. So that's actually what we needed in our moonpool base to be able to rename the vehicles. So you get everything right here. That is awesome. Okay, so there might be some bits that are hard to build for the, you know, some things that we need to go deeper in order to find. I can't remember, but at least we've got the blueprint. We'll know what we're looking for. That's freaking awesome. What else can I get around here? All right, Keen, what else we got to do? There's a freaking reef back up above us. These are so cool looking and beautiful. Love that noise. Hey, buddy. Okay, so we got to remember that that whole big area of wreckage is next to Keen's pod. We want to wait. Where's my copper? Dude, you ate my copper, and you got a tiger plant that's freaking damaging me. Do you know that I'm on permadeath and I could die? You know, you can't do that to me. Let's go ahead and scan one of these guys. I can't believe I haven't scanned a reefback yet. I thought, honestly, that I had already. There we go. We got, where is my ship? There it is. For a second, I thought he was pushing my ship and might have damaged it. Losing the sea moth right now would really suck. So we're gonna try to be careful with it. There's the rendezvous, but again, we're gonna try to just empty our pockets and then maybe do a little bit of base refurbishments as well. I'm just kind of peeking around this area. We haven't gotten the radio message, so I don't have to find that one yet, but if we did, it's got a really cool blueprint that you can scan, a Mark Plier bobblehead, and I always like having Mark along on my playthroughs. If you aren't aware, Mark Plier is a YouTube streamer who was fundamental in getting this game published. While it was in early release, he was posting loads of videos, building up hype, and bringing them more investment, so they actually were able to finish the game. So all of us owe Mark Plier if you are a fan of this series. And here is one of these ones that has a little cheeky door you can get in when it looks like you should have to have a laser cutter to get in here. My inventory is completely full. I should not be in here. The mobile vehicle bay fragment we've already got. We're just gonna see if there's anything that we don't have, because we'll be able to scan it because it doesn't actually cost you. We need the laser to get through there. And this is actually a hilarious joke because there are enough, holy crap, look at the freaking sand shark's face through the wall. But there's enough fragments of laser cutters in here that you can get the blueprint. But I don't remember if there's something else in that room when you open it, but I do remember there's a whole load of broken laser cutters in there. It's kind of a joke. You have to have a laser cutter to get in there, and then there's a bunch of blueprints you can't use. One of the other reasons why I like building a base in this area is this easy access to the purple shroom cave. We're gonna be going down there real soon. We need to get the, there's a lost base in there that we need to get some blueprints for when we're trying to build our larger base. We get the larger rooms and stuff. But I gotta tell you, right now, I'm really kind of enjoying the tiny base that we've got. Man, this is really starting to feel like a base, guys, like our home. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna real quickly sort of sort out some of our lockers here. I'm gonna build a new locker here on the end, which is gonna be for most of our crafting supplies, you know, our stuff we don't need in our pocket all the time, the lithium, the rubies, that kind of thing. And then over here on the left, after I'm done sorting it out, we're gonna have pantry items, which will be things that we can eat, or maybe like a spool of wire or a wiring kit or a dead battery. That kind of stuff I like to put over in the pantry locker in my playthroughs. So whenever I'm kind of doing crafting like this, I don't like to have all of the extra stuff in my pockets, so I'm gonna drop those things here in the storage that we're not currently using. I don't ever like putting down my Sea Glide or my extra tank, though. I'm just kind of attached to those at a fundamental psychological level at this point, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade one of our tanks so that we now have 2 bigger tanks. We can't make the one that we want to, that we got the plans for, the ultra high capacity, until we get that modification station, which we need a couple more pieces of in order to do. I'm going to go ahead and maximize our bleach so that we have plenty of water in our pantry, because we didn't have any there. And now I'm gonna grab onto Reginald, and we're gonna, he is an edible prey fish with lots of calories, but since he's got a name, I'm gonna come out here. And I accidentally eat it. Yep, I accidentally ate Reginald. I'm so sorry. I'm so disgusted with myself at the moment when I'm doing this, and I can't apologize enough. We're gonna have to get another Reginald, y'all. Sorry. So now I'm gonna set about trying to get some more quartz so we can make windows on the ends of those hallways that currently don't have any windows. Because you know me, I gotta have all the windows. We kind of butt up against the radiation there. I really ought to put on my radiation helmet. I didn't realize how close the radiation zone was now to our base. It's kind of crazy. It's just like 15 or 20 feet this way, it feels like, or 15 or 20 yards maybe at max. But I'm gonna edge my way around. The red grass is my favorite farm for quartz. You can get just hundreds of quartz out here, guys, in each one of these red grass areas. And it's actually even easier to find them at night. You turn off your light and look down, and they kind of glow a little bit or sparkle, and you can just see them so easy. The only thing that'll trick you is every now and then you pick up the salt. But I'm always looking for salt anyway, so I'm perfectly happy with that. So our next objective is to go ahead and refine this down into some glass, and we're gonna put one window at each of the ends of the hallways here so we can kind of see out every way that we're looking. We're gonna add in maybe a seating area or something like that and just make it feel nice and cozy on the inside of here. I also want to see if, before I run out of time, I can make a moon pool. But first, we're gonna focus on the base upgrades. So we've only got 2 hull strength left, but that's fine because we've got windows everywhere we need them. I put the posters a little further away from the door so that they're not getting in the way. And then I consider which pot to put in, and I decide to go with the wall hanging pots. These are gonna look nicer from the outside when we're approaching our base. And when we get seeds like the marble melon, you can actually grow those and get water out of them and a little bit of food. But also you can put the different colored mushrooms and stuff. So I'll probably have a mixture of all of those once we get to the above ground section and can get some seeds. I'm grabbing a couple of pieces of titanium now so that we have plenty of stuff. And I'm just kind of dodging the freaking stalker. I'm at, oh my God, 26% health there for a second. Can you imagine that I died right then? But not today, stalker. Not today. We just need to get a couple more of these planters on the wall. And then I'm gonna attempt to make the moon pool. You don't have to attach the moon pool to your main base. So I'm just gonna see if we can pop it down somewhere. I tried to fit this desk into our observation area. And I mean, I think it looks better than nothing, but we are gonna find a better solution here in just a second because it makes it impossible to walk down that way. Before I decide to do anything else with that though, I'm gonna pop a chair over here. I think this window is probably where we would sit, right? We would sit, right now it's just blackness, but that's where we can kind of see out. And then over here, I put this counter, which actually comes in really super helpful. It fills in that space and we'll be able to put some other stuff on top of it. So I get rid of the desk over here that I was planning on using as my workstation. And then after a little bit of adjustments and stuff, we're gonna be able to get this bench in, which is actually awesome. This is the first time I've ever done this.
Warning, endorphin levels low. Consider taking a seat and meditating. It may help to remember that problems exist only where you choose to see them.
And at least I can see George out there. I don't see Gary. And I've missed Philip already. I can't believe I ate him. But that's awesome. Now we have a cool little place to sit. And I swear, I have built this same base so many times, at least in this sort of shape. I have never once put a bench there and gotten that dialogue. That is really cool. And of course, now we can just look out into the blackness. But eventually, when the sun is up, that'll be a cool place to sit as well. Now, What else do we need to do? I'm gonna go ahead and pop all of my batteries in here to be charging. We are, as I said, getting very close to the end of the hour of recording that I can do. I think this is gonna be the end of the special. So if you've made it in this far, please consider leaving a like, a hype, maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Another shout out to my boy, the Man Group. Happy birthday, buddy. Why don't you put in the chat what, how old you're turning if you feel like it. You don't have to tell us your age if you don't want to. But if you do feel like it, you can put it in the chat. And in any case, whether you do or not, whether you missed this entire premiere and you're watching it later, which I hope doesn't happen, but if it does, I'm still wishing you a happy birthday. And I really appreciate all of the messages and support that you've given me over the last couple of months. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a brand new series. Let me know if you feel like this format works for you, or you want me to go back to the sort of multiple voices and things that I was doing for the other playthrough. This window is going to look really nice once we actually get like a lantern tree or something like that growing in it. I know I keep saying we're going to build another base somewhere, but I almost feel like expanding this one. The Man Group. It's on you, bro. If you're here, if you're live, and you can put it in the chat right now, you get to decide. We expand this base, we go to the Shroom Forest, or we build next to Ozzy's are the three options in my head right now. But if you have a curveball and you want to say, hey, man, I want you to go like to the floating islands or something like that, say so, and we're going to do it. Now, I've only got a couple of minutes before the end of my ability to record. We're gonna do a little walk around, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try to make the moon pool. We have just barely enough time to finish it off, I think, before the recording ends. So again, just in case you've missed it before, I'm trying to be honest here. I hit the mute button on my headset when I was doing this originally. The voice you're hearing for the last 46 minutes is of, after the fact that I'm recording this, while I'm watching it and kind of remembering what I was doing and saying at the time as best I can. Guys, I'm trying. I'm sorry. I screwed up. But you can let me know. I think this mic is a much higher quality, so I probably sound a lot better on this mic. It's just a little bit easier to do it, from the headset mic. But I can probably figure it out. We'll decide live while we're watching this what's going to happen going forward, but I'm sure I'll figure out some sort of solution so that doesn't happen again, because that is super, super annoying. Now, we've got enough titanium, I believe. We just got to make sure the radiation doesn't kill us. I need one bobble for the oil, but I'm just going to take a second and enjoy the ambiance of this game. I think we need nothing else. I think we got everything we need. Let's see.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Do I have enough? Maybe I'll need one more. Now, also, if you look at the top, we've only got 4 powers. So my fabricator doesn't quite want to run. We've got to kind of go slow or we're going to lose power. There we go. And I realized that I need one more piece of titanium to make this work. And we don't have any in here. Oh, we do have a few pieces of titanium there. No, we didn't. Maybe we didn't. I'm running over here to get the oil now. I'm starting to panic a little bit here, guys. I remember this. So from my point of view, I can see like a counter ticking down at the top of the screen telling me that I'm about to, my recording is about to end. So I'm just rushing around in here, getting stuck in a hole. Oh my God, I almost forgot that I did that, but I needed the lead probably anyway. We're finding lead and silver. We're not getting any of the stuff we need. I think I figure I need to get the heck out of there. And do I find another piece of titanium here pretty quick? Oh, there's a thing in the box that I can scan. I guess I go and do that. Of course, my battery is messed up, so I'm freaking out here. The stalkers are after me. It was a really hilarious moment, y'all, and that's why I'm so upset that I lost the audio recording. But hey, you know, you live, you learn. It'll be better next time, guys. And now all we need to do is zip over here, deconstruct this titanium, make a couple of titanium ingots, and I should have hopefully completed the moon pool before the recording ends. And me here in the future from the recording, but still the past from you, because remember, I'm watching this kind of with you. I don't know when this recording ends. I mean, I can sit here and see that it's not quite ended yet. It's getting close to ending, but I'm not sure what is gonna be the last moment, like when the recording cuts. So let's sit together and enjoy watching me freak out, flipping my batteries around. What am I trying to do? Take the battery out of that. Because why? I need this stuff. Oh, I needed to put it into the yeah, the crafter there, the habitat builder. I'm going. I find it. I find a place to put it, and I think that counts, guys. See y'all later. And the recording cut. See you guys on the next one.